So yeah, let's just start real quick. Let's talk about where you were before joining Secrets to Success and then where you are now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. So what was like the hard thing going on with you or with your business before you got started?
To be honest, I think that, like my mindset wasn't right, Like I wanted to have this business, but I didn't believe in it. And I started really believing in it and seeing the result and being like, oh, okay, I get it. Like now I see like the system, I see it's possible. Like that's the big thing that changed for me. Yeah,
I've seen that with you too.
I really,
Yeah. Complete 360.
yeah, it was
Some
good.
hell yeah. So what were the key struggles that you were facing like with measurable results? Like for example, was it sales? Was it engagement? Was it conversions that were lower than you wanted them to be?
Yeah, I mean, like pretty much I was posting reels just knowing what I was doing. And then now I'm posting reels that convert,
Yeah.
and track attention and also like get traction and get followers. Like, I'm still learning. I'm still brand new in this whole thing, but yeah, like tangible result. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
have a whole system of following up and like being like, oh, okay, cool. I can sell you something. I can put you somewhere. I can like follow up with you. I know how to sell it. I know how to create content too. Like that's very important, like I think that's where I was struggling the most. Like before I met you, I had no fucking idea what to do with content in general. I was
Mm.
like following and stuff. And like I was trying to understand the game. I did like so many free courses, so many like PDFs, so many like fucking click here and comment this. I'm going to send you a thing, and just everything was so confusing.
Yeah.
And that's for me, that's the biggest like change that I'm seeing in my business is how like there's so much more clarity with like the action plan, the business plans I have and the content I can create because I won't create content just for fun, like it's not what I'm going to do.
Yes.
But for my business, I'm like, all right, okay, good. You know,
Yeah. Hell yeah. Cool. So before trying Secrets to Your Success, did you have any doubts, some skepticism, maybe in your first week? Like what made you hesitate about jumping into the community?
Nothing. I saw your webinar and I saw the way you were talking and the way you were talking about strategy, and I was like, that's the dude that I want to learn from. That was so clear. When yeah, and then I was like, I don't know, I don't have the money, I don't have like $100.
Yeah.
But then you gave me that free week, and I was like, okay, cool, like that's my chance. If I can make the money in that week, I'm buying the month. And I did it. I did like that week. I made something like almost $900.
Insane, bro. You're a fucking hustler. That's so good. Yeah. Okay. So nice. So what finally, I mean, you just answered the question, but like, I was going to ask you, like, what finally made you take the leap to seek a serious success? But then did something specific happen that helped you stay?
Yeah, there's maybe like three things. The first thing is that how you were implementing astrology into how to build your social media presence. I think that for me, it spoke to me and it makes sense. How do you present yourself in that way? How you use your Venus, your second house placements to attract money, like all of these things. I was just like, okay, cool. And the second thing is like the AI prompt that you're doing. I can see that you know what you're doing and it's good because I want to implement AI in my business. I think it's super important and you're doing it well. And the third thing is it's something that I had no idea, man, but like the first course on mindset or mindset that we started talking about other things. And I was just like, I don't even know what mindset is, like a little bit, but not really. But then I started like doing the course and the thing. And I think that when I dropped the MMM, like I was like, oh shit, okay, I understand what's mindset. I understand what I'm not doing right with my mindset. And that just the two first module that I felt a change. Like I called my parents and I asked them to help me educate myself because I was like, I don't like how you taught me and I want to teach you how to make money with what I'm learning because my mom wants also to retire and start an online business. So I'm like, now we're going to do this together. And the purpose of this is to re-educate Michael of like, by me teaching you something, you can teach my inner child back.
Yeah.
And taking actions in that direction, like with the mindset, like every time you see something, I just do it. And something you said at the beginning is like the fastest you act, the fastest you manifest, the more successful you're going to be, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm not like, if I have time, if I understand, I'll just do it, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, you've been manifesting so quickly because you just take action. That's like the biggest thing.
Mm.
So let's talk numbers. What were your objective wins like when you first started using Secret to Success? Like, how have things improved? I know you came in, it was a risk, you took the risk, you made some money. Like, have your sales gone up more? Have there been any complaints gone down with your business? Are you feeling like active?
Yeah. So there's a couple of things I understand is that a lot of my money, I do it in person. So when I look back, I was like, oh, actually, like I'm selling when I talk to people in person, you know, I'm not selling when I do the thing online. And my purpose is to like mostly do this online and stop doing it in person because this is what I've been doing for a while. So like my goal was to make 3,000 a month solid recurrent revenue. I haven't reached it yet, but I'm seeing that I didn't really implemented the program that you're teaching. Like I'm still in the adaptation of like, oh, I'm learning something. I'm speaking about it. Yes, but not so much on social media. And that's a big thing that I'm working on this week since the beginning of the week is how really like focus that energy there to make sure that I'm making money online, you know, through calls, through reels, through digital products. So that's where I'm kind of at with this. Is
Yeah.
like, yeah, I implement the online business in a better way because I feel that I'm not so much, yeah, I'm like in between still, you know, and I see myself adapting a lot and just like making content such a full-time job, you know, like right now I'm like mostly just doing this, you know,
Yeah.
and I love it. It's great. And I want to do this, but I haven't, I'm manifesting fruits, but I'm not manifesting trees, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah. So does that come again?
Trees take time to grow.
Yeah, it's true.
You're doing great though, bro. Honestly.
Thanks.
So let's talk about like internal victory.
Best moments. I think the 3 readings I sold in one go the first week was definitely a highlight. It was like, oh shit, it's working. Because I
Mm.
see it in me. You know, it's not because I'm like suddenly I believe in myself and other people believe in me, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like it's working. The second thing is my reels started hitting 3,000 view plus,
Mm.
which I'm like, wow, I've been trying to do that for 5 years
Yeah.
and I got stuck in like 300 views, you know.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And yeah, that's pretty much like my highlights, I would say, you know.
Bro, you're crushing it. My
Mm.
next question is like, what can you do now that you couldn't do before?
What can I do now that I couldn't do before? I think that like to make it simple, I just believe in it. You know, I see it. Like it's not just like, oh yeah, it would be cool. It's just like, no, like I'm seeing the path. I was looking at the mountain. I was in the bush and now I'm like, oh shit, like it's like, it looks like a straight line from here, you know, and I'm sure it's going to be like all wobbly, but I'm like, oh, like I'm seeing the path that goes to the peak, you know, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go to that peak and see what's next. Very such a metaphor here.
I love it.
Yeah. You know, and I'm like, I can believe in it and that align with my actions, which is a big transformation.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Last question. What's one thing that you don't have to worry about anymore?
Content. Yeah. I hated content. Like I hated filming. I hated like doing this stuff. I hated like, God, I fucking hated it. And now I'm having so much fun. Now I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Let's create this. Okay, if I say this, if I film this, like I work with my image, like I'm just so much more in love, you know, with what I'm doing. And because, yeah, I think it's because I understand, you know, before I couldn't really like, I was like, why am I doing this? Am I doing that right? You know, and yeah, now I'm like having fun, having content. And honestly, that's what I was looking for because when I understood I had to go online, I had to do Instagram for my business. It was 4 years ago, I think, and I couldn't process. You know, I couldn't process. It was just like, nah, I don't want to do this. And now I'm like, okay, cool. I'm making content. I love it. You know.
Yeah, that's incredible, bro.
Mm.
Thank you so much for, first of all, for trusting me, for sharing your story. And I'm amazed by how far you've come in just like 1 month. So for anyone watching who's like maybe on the fence about joining, like what would you say to them? about secrets to your success.
Yeah, I would say like, go big or go home. Like if you want to realize your dream, if you want to do this, you can, and you have the tool to do it. So if you don't want to, just like stop, just do other things, do what you want to. If you're ready to manifest the money that you deserve, if you're ready to manifest the reality and like you are ready to take action to go in that direction, just don't question, just go for it.
Hell, thank you, brother.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you. You're fucking, it's only going to get faster in just like 2 weeks.
I'm excited for the nose to shift, man. Like it's in my first house, seventh house. I just got my ex back. Also, like we went through a whole fucking situation and I use it with astrology and that's gonna, like, I was waiting to see how it's gonna plan, but I want to make a course. How did I get my ex backs with astrology?
Hell yeah.
And that wasn't my plan the whole time, you know? So
that's so good.
That's gonna sell. Yeah. I'm seeing it, and like, it's like, to be honest with you, like the course helped me, yes, in my business, but also save my relationship. Because the day I met you is the day that we broke up. And a big reason why it's because I wasn't certain with my path of being an astrologer. And I went in this like, oh shit, man, I need to do something. I met you and I was just like, oh, that's it. That's what I need to do. And I just went like full on in this and everything started changing,
Yeah, man.
So it's all correlated. I'm super happy.
You're vibrating so high and you're doing things that you need to do. And that's everything. Yeah, man, you're kicking ass. Honestly, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Literally.
Just the start. I don't even know what I'm doing yet.
Yeah, it's been 1 month. Yeah, there's more. I'm excited. So thank you so much for the interview. I'm gonna send this to you and then I'm also going to send you something else. Cool. You have a great rest of your day. Thank you again.
Yeah, man.
And I'll see you early next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Bye.